What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades we end up taking today inside the Discord, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. So today was a bit harder of a day to navigate. It was just very choppy, and with how we were moving, I just decided to risk less today. So I was pretty much going half size on all the trades I ended up taking today. And yeah, it was just not clean price action. It wasn't something that I was like super confident in trading. So, when it's like that, de-risking and just going later on my trades. So today, this is what we looked like off of open. So if we pull up the 30-minute chart, 30-minute was crossed here on the call side off of open. I did tell you guys, though, I kind of do favor us pulling back. Let's see, where was 9:30? 9:30 open was right up in here, and I was staying away from the one fib level we had here. So if we look here on ES, this fib level right up in here, at whatever this is, 69.81. I was staying away from this. I took it yesterday, and it was just very choppy around this level today. So I just decided to kind of just not play this level. I was just going to be focusing on the 0DT charts, and also if we got like an opportunity at another fib, then I would take that. But we never got this fib down in here, 69.42, and even if we did get this fib, most likely not going to be a trade I'm going to be taking going into tomorrow, because this is the kind of important factor, is this 30-minute chart here on the 695 calls. If we look over here, like, what do we look like right now? You can see 10 SMA is pointed down hard, 50 sloped up a little bit, we're breaking below the 50. It's just not a high conviction trade to take, because this chart is going to be crossing negative when we reach this fib level down in here at 69.42. So is that a trade I'm going to be confident? Definitely not, with the bulls losing the trend on the 30-minute. It's most likely going to break that level. And another thing is, for tomorrow, if that 30-minute chart crosses negative, we will be back in between two, we'll be back in a range. So we're going to be between two fibs when that chart crosses negative, and whatever two fibs that is going to be the new range. And what you want to do is wait for one side to break. I'm not going to be longing the bottom of the range on the first tap of it. It's just not a high conviction play, because we still have that 30-minute chart going negative. So it's not going to be a trade I'm going to be taking tomorrow if we do lose that 50 and cross negative. So if we break below the range that we enter tomorrow, if that 30-minute chart crosses negative, then we're going to be back in shorting the rip mode, and we flip back the 100% and the 0% on the fib. So that'd be something that you have to do tomorrow if that 30-minute chart crosses negative and we break the range to the downside on the fibs. That sometimes confuses some people when it comes to the fibs, but that's how you go about changing them and when you change them. If we look here, this is what we end up taking today. So right off of open, we did get this little entry here to short, and reason behind it, very simple. If we go here, 5-minute chart here on the puts, we were reclaiming this 10 SMA right here off open right here at 940. We were getting back with a 10, so I went short, and we just didn't get any continuation from it. So I had a tight stop on this. I think I ended up taking a 10-point loss on this, so it was a super small loss, but that was the reason for the trade. And if we look here on ES, where were we off of open? If we look, let's see, we were starting to break below this fib, 5-minute close below. We didn't go 10 points below it, so technically didn't break. So probably not the best trade in the world, but I was worth giving it a stab, because I did want us to drop. I had a feeling we were going to drop. It just didn't come until the end of the day. And yeah, that was the first trade we ended up taking, and then we ended up taking a long, and I did get in this a little bit early, so that was kind of my bad on this one, because we never got this 5-minute cross right here. So it did look really good, like it was going to cross, and then this candle ended up wicking hard, and that's where I got out. It was like a 30-point loss on NQ again. All these trades were half size today. And then my last trade of the day was playing this cross here on the put side once again. So, or no, it's the wrong contract. If we look on the put side, crossing on the 5-minute, I bought this dip right down in here. So really low risk on the trade anyways, and I think we were up probably like 30 points at one point, and it came back up to my entry, and I ended up stopping out at break even. And honestly, this just was not a good call by me, because if we look here, On ES, I definitely shouldn't have stopped out. Look at the fib reject. This is exactly where I ended up stopping out at. I didn't see this. I didn't realize we were, ES was a bit stronger, I think, on this like pullback, and I didn't realize we were right at that fib. So definitely shouldn't have stopped out. I should have waited for at least a 5-minute closure above, which we never ended up getting. So that was unfortunate, and that actually ended up playing out nicely. You can see we hit 69.81, and we got a nice dump all the way to 69.57. So that was a really, really nice move off of that short. NQ was probably up 115 points, and it stopped me out to the tick before it ended up dropping. So that was unfortunate, but those are the trades we ended up taking today. It was pretty much, yeah, 10-point loss, 30-point loss, and a break even. So that was all on half size. So really a small red day for me, and that's pretty much all you could hope for when the market isn't doing too much. It was a choppier day, and if you're coming out like slightly red or even green, that's a W. So yeah, that's what we did today. Going into tomorrow, again, this 30-minute chart is going to be very key because this will pretty much tell you what to do. So if we gap up tomorrow and hold this 30-minute 50 and the trend remains bullish, then focus is going to be on the longs. If we gap down and this chart crosses negative, this is where I'd expect to move lower, and that's where I said you would change the fib. So whatever the range is between, wherever the range is when that 30-minute chart crosses down, that is the new range you want to be watching. So if we break, let's say it's between 69.42, and actually it'll probably be between 69.42 and 69.81 most likely. So if it is, you wait for a break of this range. Okay, I'm not going to buy this bottom of the range because that 30-minute chart is going to be going negative. If anything, you want to wait for this to break. When that range breaks, you change the fib. So 0% goes back to the 100%. The 0% goes to where the 100% is. So this high is going to get switched to this pivot down in here. The hourly always looks weird. I don't know why, but hourly always shows that we went lower than we did or higher than we did. But it's right here. This 0% or this 100% is going to go all the way down here, and 0% goes back up to that high, and that's your new range for the fibs. That's all you have to do in terms of changing the levels, and that's what if we do change the levels, we need that break of the range. If we break higher out of the range, if we break back above 69.81, fibs are the same. There's no changing them if we break higher, and then we go back into buying the dip mode. So if we break above that, buy the dip mode, break below this, short the rip mode. It's very simple, and yeah, game plan. That's pretty much the game plan. I mean, and of course, if there's any sort of 0DT cross in between, I'll be open to taking those as well. So yeah, it was pretty much a slow day. Took some trades, but really nothing, to get me really green. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Drop a sub. Join the Discord if you want to learn. That's all I got. I'm out. Peace.